All right. Happy Friday to all, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Dre, and this is the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel. We are back in DCS tonight, and haven't streamed for a few days, so I just wanted to get something out there for you guys. Was feeling some kind of way, haven't flown my A-10 for a while, so here we are, man, ready to go. So tonight we are not flying one of the missions that we made. We're actually flying a mission from the user download files, which are free on the Eagle Dynamics website, so big up to them. This is the mission that you would look for there. It's called CAS, or Close Air Support Mission over Homs, sortie number 241. Anyway, the situation now is that we've been here for a couple months on station, and hey babe, how you doing? Thanks for checking in, babe. Number one, of course. And dear Lord, thank you for waking me up today and blessing me, and big up to obviously my wifey and kids. So we are gonna read the mission brief and get going so we can get in our A-10. Since 2008, there have been numerous terrorist attacks on Western countries, and the past year these attacks have intensified. The source of the threat is an insurgent force that's spreading their belief across the globe and rapidly growing in numbers. This insurgent group has captured and occupied large portions of Syria and are on their way to overthrow the Syrian regime. Only a few Syrian lines of defense are still remaining. Supported by the Russians, Syria has been fighting the insurgents for many years now. Now that the war has been brought to the Western countries by terrorism, a large coalition has been formed to suppress and destroy the imminent threat. It's a complicated situation with basically three parties: Syria, Russia, and the Western coalition and the insurgents. While Syria, Russia, and the coalition are both fighting the same enemy, the situation is still tense between the two, neutral at best. Syria and Russia are very protective over the last few Syrian strongholds, so there's a strict airspace limitation for us. And that's it, guys. Here's the objective. We will be Chevy 2-1, and Hammers running a seed or search, basically and destroy over the city of Hama, which is 25 miles north of the bullseye. There'll be Hammer 6-1 will be their lead, and his wing will be his wingman will be Hammer 62. Chalice is basically the active support system in place. We have a tanker here 60 miles north of the bullseye. We'll be diverting to Haiti Airport for any reasons. Here's the threats: man pads, vehicle mounted AAA, and small arms fires, guys. So let's get right into this thing and get it cracking. So without further ado, let's go ahead and quiet that music down and get right into what we need to get into, guys. We need... Alright. Let us get going here, guys, so we can make something happen. You can see we're here in our hangar. Got some F-16s passing by. Let's get in the bird now. See those birds right there snaking on by. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get our battery and inverter on and get the APU going. And let's get this canopy closed, because it is kind of loud out there, man. Alright guys, canopy's closed. Of course, we're waiting for 100%. %, is coming up. Perfect. Alright. Now we can go ahead and start initializing our main systems here. Engage that pre-flight bit and get our CDU on and our IGI, which are forms of navigation, of course. Get both our left and right MFDs on. And of course, now we need to get our radio stacks on. This mission, from what I understand, will have some commands that we're supposed to follow. For example, after start, set VHF channel to 235 megahertz to perform comms check with wingman. So channel 2 135.
Pull up, pull up.
Switch that to channel 2.
Altitude, altitude.
Alright, and we should be able to load our data cartridges here in a second. To get our asterisks there, let's go ahead and go to load all. And we'll get those going. Let's finish this pre-flight bit. Even though it is currently daytime, let's get all of this on just on the safe side. And let's see, let's perform our oxygen indicator test. Alright, see if we can dim this down a little bit, make it easier to read there. Okay, now that we've loaded that up, let's check and make sure our stores are in there, which they are. And we'll come over here to CDU. And once we get our engine started up, we will do exactly that, comply with that. In the meantime, let's get our SAS yaw and pitch, which are our stabilators. Put that to the anti-skid and keep it going here. We're going to wait till this says 4.00.8 for our alignment. So let's go ahead and start working on our countermeasures here. We're going to run our countermeasures today in program C. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap this. Actually, let's tap that back up to the regular. And let's see, return. We want to go to program C. Tap that up, and I want to start changing this. C2. Flare, we'll go to 2 as well. Interval, we'll do it intervals of 1.2 seconds. Every 1.2 seconds for, let's see, roughly, and we'll up this interval to about 7. So that's how many flares it'll shoot off every 1.2 seconds and shaft in order to deter the enemy. So let's save this. Alright, so now we're going to run program C. We need to make sure it comes up here. We have 240 chaff and 240 flares. And we do have a jammer on board, I believe. Yep, we've got our ECM here. Bingo Mitch says, hi, good to see you flying the A-10A. Appreciate you, Bingo Mitch. Yeah, it was time to get into this thing, man. Nonetheless, we're just waiting for this to get going here. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and come here and start in the left engine here. You can see we got some rotation there. Check our temps and RPMs. Notice it coming up. So anyway, we're going to be running this in manual, which means we'll be depressing it in order for it to dispense this. And the reason why that's important is because that'll cover whether it's an infrared guided missile or whether it's radar guided. That should give us some coverage, and we shouldn't have to sit there and determine which is which. Let's get our targeting pod and our laser armed here. And okay, 400 INS is ready. Going to nav, Iggy, steer point, and on our CDU now we can change this to flight plan and steer point here for the page. So now we got a repeater page up here, guys. And let's go ahead and start the right engine. Okay, we got some rotation back there. And we can see our engine gauges coming up here. Let's sit back here quick and do our rudder control check. Toe brake. Come up here. Gonna tap. And I'm using a Logitech HOTAS X56, so I have several things set up Binga says, I don't know why I changed my name. It's all good, you know. Had to refresh that name, no big deal. Alright, guys, and we've got the right engine pretty much stabilizing now. Looking good, so we can turn that APU off. Let's arm the seat here. Get our EAC arm. And we'll start off on a flight path so we can climb. APU is coming off. Let's set our trims. Trims are set. Let's go ahead and press the space bar and do our comms check.
2. Comms check.
2. Copy.
Okay, 2 copies. Let's go ahead and do our lamp indicator test. Make sure we get everything
Okay,
in the answer.
2. Hammer 6 already taxied out. We'll join them and wait for each other at runway 5. I'll be taking off first.
And let's get our, you can see we're not doing anything now, our helmet mounted display. We'll go ahead and put that on. And guys, let's do a quick flight controls check here. And I believe we're good to go. Let's come over here to the TADS. And let's get our taxi light on and set our flaps. Let's set our flaps to 20. And let's go ahead and taxi out. Taxiway right is clear. Taxiway left is clear. I don't know how this mission's gonna go, guys. Binga says A-10 so pretty, man. Yes, sir. A-10 is the bomb. I will concur with you on that. Alright, enough of that. Don't see my wingman just yet. So, I'm not uncertain how this mission ends or anything that happens, so we'll just get on station and do our best. Alright. Got another mission I downloaded too. It's a helicopter mission for the Apache, running ops, protecting some SEALs. And guys, I'm having to do a lot of this. My wingman is... I don't have my wingman right now, my real live wingman right now. Until I get them back flying with them, I'm going to be flying some of these missions either I make or either some of these user-defined missions here. Well, you know what? I think this is the runway right here. Yeah, we'll come right over here and wait for the wingman. Per our instructions. Okay, I see the wingman coming down there. Alright, so our wingman is definitely on the way. I do believe the F-16s already took off. Let's get a look at what we look like. Pretty loaded out. We got some AGM-65s. Looks like we got 2 GBU-12s, 4 AGM-65s, and some AIM-9 Sidewinders for aerial protection. That very last pylon that you see on the left wing there, that's the ECM. Let's check out our co-pilot, or not a co-pilot, but our wingman. And they are headed down the runway to meet us up. So we do have our AI wingman, and we're just going to wait for them to come into view here so we can start taxiing out. Wait till they get a little closer. In the meantime, let's check our speed brakes. Speed brakes up. Speed brakes down. One more flight control sweep. Alright, everything checks out there. We got our helmet mounted display up, or HMCS. And you can see right there. Now the cool thing about the HCMS, the helmet display, once we're looking at the HUD, it nullifies its information, but as soon as you look left out of the HUD, the information starts popping up. Binga says, do I do air-to-air? Yes, I do sometimes. I'm going to start doing more of that. Still getting proficient in a few of the aircraft. I prefer air-to-ground, Binga, but I do air-to-air. Alright, landing lights are on. Final's clear. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed's alive. Knots. With this weight, probably looking for about 170 realistically. Okay, coming up at 170.
Colt 1, airborne.
Gears coming up. Flaps coming up. Landing lights off. And we are airborne. But yeah, Bingo, I'm definitely going to be doing some more air-to-air stuff. Got to get more proficient with the F-16. F-18 is pretty good. Got to get more proficient with that, and also want to get into some dogfighting. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our Tad Soy and range it out. There we go. And a lot of these controls that I'm doing, it's nice with the A-10. You don't have to take your hands off the throttle or the stick if you have a controller that can sufficiently map the buttons on the real HOTAS, which this one can. So pretty much these screens, the cursors, everything I'm doing pretty much very minimal keyboard touching. It's all programmed to my HOTAS keys on my X56. So we're going to go up to about 20,000 feet because that's what steering point 2 is going to have us go to. Our wingman should be catching up anytime soon. And we'll be using the autopilot here for our next waypoint more than likely, which this autopilot doesn't work like a commercial autopilot. Basically, you get the aircraft on the heading. Profiles that you can select is a profile that keeps the wings level and the altitude, which is pretty much the closest thing you'll have to following a heading with wings level. Another profile allows you to keep the aircraft in a directional turn without any regard to altitude. It will keep climbing. And another profile will most certainly have it to where your altitude is stable, but you can go into like an orbit, which we'll probably be using that during this mission. Alright, we're just waiting to pass our first waypoint here. So we'll keep our attitude like this, keep on that heading so we can continue to climb to about 20,000 feet. Alright, autopilot is selected. Again, that's something that I have on my controller, but here would be the engage button right here if you needed to manually do it. But we do not, and for the most part you can see we're right on our flight path here. There's the two F-16s off to the left. Let's see if we can spot them in our helmet. So you can see the returns on the helmet over there, and they're also flying support of this mission with their own tasking. Okay, we do have our countermeasures to manual. Let's see, we've got the pitot heat going, oxygen's going good, just double checking everything here. Gears definitely up, flaps are up. Landing lights are extinguished, and we are en route. Not doing too bad, guys. Not doing too bad at all. Let's see, if we read our information here, we have 47 miles. Time to go is about 10 minutes and 19 seconds until we reach our next waypoint. Elevation, we're supposed to be at that waypoint, is 20,000. Alright. And we're at 8,900 climbing. The altimeter back at the base, I think they wanted us as 2972. So we'll throw that in there right now. And we are on our way, guys, to our first waypoint there. Or a second, actually. Binga says, do you think me and you could dogfight anytime or sometime? Yeah, man. What's your poison? F-18, F-16? Drew, let me know, man. Okay, there's our wingman there. F-16, okay. Alright, or F-18. That's a bet. But I'm better in the 16. Okay, and I'm better in the 18. But I'll fly you in the 16. It's all about managing your energy. We'll get in that dogfight and make it happen. Get into the merge and get ourselves into a two circle. see what you got. No, that sounds fun though, bigger. Alright guys, so in the meantime, let's look at our mission overview here. Let's pull up our knee pad here as we continue to climb. That's where we departed. And we flew out here to waypoint 1, and that's where we made our turn. Waypoint 2 will be fencing in.
Let's switch to card on UHF, channel 2.
Okay.
2, copy.
304 on 2. Alright, channel 2, 304. It's also going to be up here.
Chevy 2, checking in.
Chevy 2, Chalice 5, copy. Continue as fragged.
Okay, roger that. Autopilot just for a second, and that's the thing about this autopilot, it won't keep you, if there's any wind or drift, it will drift you from the waypoint. So let's get the waypoint dead center. We got about 32 miles to this waypoint. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, new contact, that's just the F-16. So we're good to go there. Alright, so let's get back to the knee board. Just showing our different waypoints there. Okay, so there's the complete, we are now currently headed, we went from 1 to 2, made a right turn. From 2 we'll make another right turn and come directly to waypoint 3, which that's where our close air support transpires. Then we'll be back out to 7 where we go ahead and go weapon safe, back to approach, 9 final, and back to landing. And that's it. That's all we got. Now we could take that off because this is a mission. Okay, normally we have F10 other, but we don't have it right now, or it's not enabled right now, so we'll just exit that. So right now it's all we can do. Again, this is a mission I didn't make, it's a user downloaded mission from Ego Dynamics, so we're just gonna see how this happens here. So you can see the 2 F-16s out there, as well as our wingman and ourselves. There's our wingman there. And we're pretty much climbing nice and easy. About 4,500 to go until our top of climb. And we're also trying to monitor our speed here. Once we get to waypoint 2 and fence in, we'll also turn on our EO timer, which will go ahead and provide some laser information for our Mavericks. see there, we're right on course. Teams are at. Keep eye on them visually here. Let's see. They should just be a little bit off, probably between our 10 and 11 o'clock. I don't see them. They're about 3,000 feet ahead of us, or above us. There they go. Those two circles over there, they're moving. There they go, right there. Okay, cool. Alright, guys. We've got 6 miles to our turn. And then we will most certainly go direct to our station mission point, which is waypoint 3, where we'll perform our close air support. This is definitely part of the journey, is getting out there. So far we've burned about 1,500 pounds of fuel. We had 13,500 pounds or so before we took off. About 600 to go. Alright, this should definitely be where we start fencing in, so let's get our master arm going. Gun pack on, where it says gun ready. And let's also go into our stores page and let us get our profiles together here. Let's see, we're going to be doing CCRP when we do use it. We're going to want auto lays on. Let's lays for 10 seconds. Minimum 1,000 feet for weapon deployment. Okay, we come off the GBU 12s now. And we can definitely go to the 65s here. Not much to do with them because we're going to be slaving them with the TGP. Now we can go to our missile assignment and get our EO on. So the EO timer is on now, which will start counting down the Maverick, so it'll be ready for usage. Make sure you are on 2 in order, DHF 2, and press spacebar for everyone to press 2.
2, that's in.
2, fencing.
Alright, so 2 is fencing in. Okay, so we got 96 miles. In the meantime, let's get our targeting pod going here. And let's slave it to far away. And you can see now we've got our wedding cake over here. And since we made that our sensor point of interest, we get a back azimuth from there as well, which shows up here. So 350 degrees for 94 miles, which matches up with our distance going towards, and that's essentially the 180 degrees opposite of that.
Hammer 6, Chalice 5, copy. Climb to Angels 26 and proceed as fragged.
Hammer 6, copy.
Nose is sensitive there. Alright. And of course, if we want to, if we have to put any coordinates in there on the way, we'll be doing it with the CDU. And we're definitely going to, we'll go into our waypoint.
From up here, the land looks so quiet and serene.
Yep. But we both know this can change in seconds. Remember our night mission last week?
I sure do. That Sam came out of nowhere.
Let's just be on extra guard this time. You never know what weapon those insurgents got their hands on.
Yeah, definitely. I just noticed I triple-checked my countermeasure settings.
Me too, as well as my RWR. Oh well. Better safe than sorry, I guess.
And if we need to put any waypoint information, it'll be down here. We go to waypoint. And of course we would cycle to the waypoint that we were going to add the waypoint into, and then we could add it using latitude and longitude if we needed to. Must be some clouds or haze. We're currently masked. Detect any SAM launches or anything, we'll go ahead and turn our jammer on. Just waiting to kind of get a visual of the support area there. Alright guys, so we'll see what happens here. See how lucky we get ourselves. Okay, starting to get some visibility there. Let's work on the let's see here, let's change the contrast here. Whew. Definitely can't see nothing like that. Gonna have to wait till we get a little closer. This is indicating we're still 73 miles out, so quite a bit. And I suppose you would say that this is the boring part of the mission. Getting there. Once we get to about 45, 40, we'll start messing with this to see what we can see. There's really no need to try and gather any information this far out, because it'll be distorted. So we've got our GPU's profile set up, as well as our Mavericks are ready to go. Let's make sure those Mavericks are timed out. And they are. There's just nothing there right now, but the Maverick is definitely timed out, so they'll be ready for use once we find a target. Keep it going here. Again, this area over here is where we're going. If we simply use our DMS aft and forward, you can kind of map that out. It even gives it to a chart format here. See, now the F-16s are roughly at our 7 o'clock. Probably can't spot them. They're at our 7 o'clock, and they're lower than us now by 4,000 feet. We are at Angels 20. Alright, y'all, we're working it in. Fuel's looking good, 11,300 pounds. So we know our bingo needs to be about 4,000 pounds. We'll need about 4,000 to maneuver and get back home safely. Really, safety speed would be 5,000. Or safety weight of fuel about 5,000. Pushing it 4. Let's see, we've got about another 50 something miles there. We started at 13.5. We've already burnt 2,000, basically 300 pounds of fuel. So yeah, I would say about 4,000 would be our bingo. And the only thing right now that we have in our RWR is a Patriot missile, which is friendly. So that is definitely not a threat. All right. Still nothing. Trying to zoom in. Still nothing there for the most part. Okay, those are the F-16s. They don't give us distance. They just give us azimuth, basically, and that they would be the #1 threat to us with their friendlies. Okay, some things are starting to come into play here. Let's work this contrast here. Let's give us some more contrast. Looks like there's some smoke over there. Yeah, definitely got some smoke going on over there. Something big has happened there. Spawn and Salmon is in the house, man. Bless you too, big dog. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, okay. So as we're getting closer, we're starting to make out some more objects here. Just trying to mess with this screen here, this picture, so that we can see what we're working with. And we're about 30 miles out, which the point in which this is looking at is 29 miles out evenly. There we go. Okay, I zoomed in a little bit. We can start seeing buildings, things of that nature. Yeah, it's a big flame there. Another small fire there. So something's definitely been going on there. I suppose that's why we are there to find out, man. Should be getting a message of some sort here shortly to tell us what they're looking for us to do in this area. 10,800 pounds. Yeah, definitely 4,000 pounds is what we'll want to have to go back home. So we'll have about 6,000 pounds to play with, give or take. Alright, we're at 14 miles to go. Trying to make a visual out. Guess we're too close and too high up in order to look straight down and see it. But you can see here we're reeling it in. We are fenced in and ready to go. Okay, so it says orbit, steer point, close air support until further notice, so we're going to just orbit. We'll go to the waypoint and go into a left orbit. So we'll put it on the altitude mode here in a second. So far, no enemy activity picked up at all.
Chevy 2, Chalice 5. Be advised, Mentor 1 is operating 20 miles north of your position.
Hammer 6, on station.
Alright, let's go ahead and go into our left orbit.
Chevy 2, Chalice 5. New tasking available. Contact Copperhead on VHF Channel 6.
Chalice 5, Chevy 2. Copy. Switching to Copperhead on VHF Channel 6. 2. Go VHF Channel 6.
Okay, there's the smoke down there. And you can see, using our helmet mounted display, you can see exactly where the center of that waypoint is. 131 megahertz, then push spacebar. Alright, 131 megahertz, let's push spacebar.
Copperhead 1, Chevy 2, checking in.
So we need to get eyes on to this rail yard. Rock City Strong is in the house. What's good with you, big dog? Okay, guys, so we're in our left orbit. Now we need to get eyes onto this this rail yard. Okay, here's the waypoint. So the rail yard, this looks like it's the rail yard over here. So, see southeast of the point. Okay. There's south. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's get our eyes on this. Zoom in. And there we go.
Warning, autopilot.
Okay. So we did locate it. I even see people standing down there. Okay, so we have the visual on the rail yard.
Southwest for about half a mile until it splits up. Right next to a crossing. Directly west of that crossing, you will see a small mosque.
Alright, what we got here? We got some tornadoes in there now. I don't know if those are friendly or not.
We suspect the artillery is located somewhere close to that mosque. Get back to us when you have eyes on.
Copperhead 1, we have eyes on. 2 mortar, and 4, correct, 5-foot mobiles. Located in a compound right next to that mosque. Stand by for coordinate.
JV2, ready to receive coordinates.
Coordinates. North 34, 41.56. East 36, 40.157.
North 34, 41.56. East 36, 40.157.
See if we can get a bomb on those.
Read that correct.
JV2, target confirmed hostile. Commence your attack run.
Copperhead, any particular weapon you want delivered? We've got GBU-12, AGM-65D, and guns.
Choose whatever you want. Just destroy that place.
F10. Okay, so now we gotta select which weapon we're gonna use. Oops. We gotta select which weapon we're gonna use. Let's see, other. And we're gonna use GBU-12.
2 supporting.
Okay, GBU-12s are ready. Alright, see where it says standby air? We're going to go ahead and now it's operational. So now we're using our radar jammer just in case some SAM targets want to come out. Okay, we gotta fly out a little bit and do a 180 and make our bomb run here, guys. Oh yeah. Okay, we're 3-5 out at about 4-5. We'll turn around, maybe a little farther because we're so high. Let's see, master arm, gun pack's on. Pretty high, so we got to give it about, we'll go out to about 7 miles out. Okay, let's make our turn. Okay, there's our bomb line. Let's steer right onto our bomb line, guys, until we get a weapons release queue. Okay, we're right on the bomb line, guys. About 28 seconds to drop. We got about a minute tops. Okay, we got a countdown. There it comes. Alright guys, the weapon's been released. Let's go back wings level here. Okay, there's the bomb right there that's been released. Alright. Looks like we did get target destroyed. Okay. Let's continue.
Excellent.
Okay, so you may depart, return to CAS station. Okay, roger that. So we got to go back to our CAS station, and let's get back to our TADs.
Push channel 2 on VHF.
Turn back to VHF channel 2. Alright, there we go, channel 2.
Chevy 2, on station.
Orbit until further tasking, okay. Let's go right here and get into our orbit. So guys, we got some good destruction so far. We're using our radio jamming. Go back into our orbit profile here.
Hammer 6, Chalice 5, status.
Hammer 6, established Angels 25.
Alright, we're going to continue to make our left orbit here. Let's check our fuel. 9,800 pounds. Okay, so far we're continuing to jam. Speed looks good. We should be right at over 200. Let's get out of the glare of that sun. And let's see what our next tasking is going to be. There's where we blew the target up over there. They told us that we were supposed to orbit around here. That's what we're doing, where that bullseye's at, so that's what we're doing. You can see wings are level, we're not climbing, we're in the left bank. And we're just waiting for our next orders. Waiting game here. You can see the wingmen back there in tow. Here they are. All right. Let's see, we're pretty high at 20,000 feet. Got to keep the throttles pretty much open so that we don't hit any type of stall speed that's high. Alright, we're waiting for our next tasking.
Mentor 1-2, contact AAA, bullseye 350, 30 miles.
Hammer 6, visual on AAA.
Okay, looks like they got a visual on AAA. They need to give me some coordinates or something.
Spike SA-30, north bullseye. Sam launch 10 o'clock. Defending.
Okay, we got a SAM launch. Not on us, though. Woo, he said that. I got scared.
Engage offensive, SA-13.
Oh,
Magnum.
Mentor 1-1 just got hit.
okay, you can see all those guys are down there.
Say again.
One is hit. Left engine lost.
There's action happening, I just don't know what's going on.
12.
Mentor 1, can you give us an exact location? Mentor, this is Chalice. Can you give me your position?
Negative. Lost most of my avionics.
Alright, y'all, we're
Mentor
just
1-2, can you get a lock on Mentor 1-1?
we're just waiting for our next tasking here.
Negative. I
That's
can't
the
find
mosque we hit with the bomb. You can see those guys down there are down and out.
Mentor 1-1, status.
Engine 2 is out. Heading up. Heading southwest.
Alright,
5,000 feet. Dropping fast now. Prepare to fight.
give us something to shoot. Give us something to shoot.
AAA, close to my 4 o'clock. 2. Visual on the AAA.
See,
Marking.
wingman is back there. Fuel 9,500.
Mentor 1, ejecting.
Mentor 1-2, do you have an estimated location for Mentor 1-1?
Mark AAA, position. 20 miles northeast Bulls. Mentor 1-1 ejected somewhere southwest from that AAA site.
20 miles northeast of Bullseye.
Okay, Mentor 1-2, you're doing great. Orbit the area and look for smoke. Chevy 2 is on his way to support.
Mentor 1-2, roger.
Okay,
Chevy 2, Chalice 5. New tasking. Fly bullseye 3, 0, 0, for 20 miles, Angels 20. Try to locate the crash site.
Chevy 2, affirm.
Locate crash site at roughly bullseye 320 nautical miles. Okay, roger that.
Keep an eye out for smoke and watch that RWR.
Okay, locate the crash site, roughly bullseye 320 nautical miles. Okay, so now we need to turn to a heading of 300. And then we need to count 20 miles. Okay, so we're going to turn to a heading of 300. And then we'll count 20 miles. Look for smoke and a 10-mile rider from bullseye, 320 miles. Use up to the cheat if you can't find it. Oh, we gonna find it. No cheating here. Okay. They want us to stay Angels 20. Okay, so when this says about 25 miles, we'll be there. See if we can set our heading. $300. Okay. So we're basically going to head into 300. Let's hit that autopilot. Okay, wings level. We're basically at Angels flight level 200 or Angels 20. And we need to look for smoke. Let's go standby. There we go. So there's a crash site over here, Angels 300. Bullseye 300 for 20. The sun is going to be killing us. So this is back the other way, basically. This is reporting back to waypoint 3. Alright, let's sit up here. I don't see any smoke yet. Okay guys, we're almost going to be there. Okay, that's the sun glare. Let's go ahead and take it off autopilot. Tilt our nose down. Just keep our eye out for smoke, guys. Let's get low. I don't like to use any cheats, so and the reverse of 300 is 120, just in case we got to scour the area. Check our fuel. I don't see any smoke yet, y'all. I think we're gonna have to turn back around. Scour for smoke. Let's just go farther enough out here so we can make sure if we see it. We're still on the heading of 300. No smoke. Alright guys, let's turn back around. Heading of 120. Still don't see any smoke. Get out of the glare of the sun. Okay, we're backtracking. Said 300 for 20. We did exactly that. Calling me crazy, man. I don't see any smoke. We'll backtrack all the way to the waypoint and then come back. We still don't see any smoke though. Let's come over here. See something over here. I don't know what it is. I think that's just a body of water. Yeah, I don't see any smoke anywhere. All right, let's go back, and then we might have to put those coordinates in there. Only got about 4,000 pounds of fuel to play with. I'm trying to be easy on the throttles. Let's search out our left window. And it looks like the sun is going down. Alright, let us might have to use that F10 menu. Okay, let's keep the throttles low. And let's take a look at this menu here. Other, let's see. Okay, so north 34. So I gotta write this down. We're gonna have to put this in and make a waypoint. So it's north 34. 49 954, and then it is east 36. It's like 06. What is that? 650? Yeah, 650. Okay, guys, let me show you guys how to put this in. Let's monitor our speed. So now we got to come down here and do this coordinates input. Let's hopefully my track IR works. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go to waypoint. We're going to name this waypoint crash, or CR. Crash site 1. And the coordinates are north 34, north 34, 49, 49, 954, 954. And then, let's see, 036, so east 3036, east 036, 06, 06, 650. Okay, elevation 674. And that was supposed to be waypoint 10. So let's exit that. Let's go steer. Let's see. That's 9. See here, 11. Okay, it must have made waypoint 9. Is that what it is? Let's see. No, that's us at 9,000 feet. I'm trying to see if it made this waypoint or not. waypoint 4. Oh man, let's see. Did this thing make the waypoint or not? That long. 24, 036, 06. Yeah. So it did make the waypoint. From 4. So the waypoint is in there from 3, crash site 10, input error 036066650. Let's make sure that's right. 03606066650. Yeah, that's in there east. So now from 3 there. Okay, I see. Okay. So let's try this. 4. Test. Target. Fence out. Okay, let's switch this to mission. Maybe that's what it is. Position, let's see. Let's go to our mission waypoints. Okay, there it is. 10 CS4. So let's see what it's got us going at. miles, going down 39. Okay, cool. So let's try to find it using these coordinates now. Let's check our fuel. Alright, y'all, this is an adventure. And it looks like the sun is going down. Now, if you notice, the sun is right in my face. Okay, yeah, and that's it. Look, there's the smoke. So the coordinates did work. So what it is you have to go to, instead of being on your flight plan, you got to go to mission. So let's get a... Okay, so let's press the space bar.
Chalice 5, Chevy 2, got eyes on the crash site. Stand by for coordinates.
Chevy 2, go ahead.
Chalice 5, coordinates, north 34, 49.953, east 36, 6.652.
Chalice 5, north 34, 49.953, east 36, 6.652.
Chalice 5, read back correct.
Keep scanning the area of the crash site for any unknown guests.
Alright, so it says...
Mentor 1-2, say state.
Chalice 5, Mentor 1-2, fuel state 3.4.
So they want us to scan the area.
Mentor 1-2, Chevy flight will take over from here. Fly direct at Rotary.
Let's go to this to see if we can see any vehicles.
Chevy 2, junk Worker 40 is on active CSAR duty and is scrambling to your location. Keep scanning the area of the crash site for any unknown guests.
Okay, let's pull our fuel back now that we found that. Guys, this is pretty much a challenge for me. So, I didn't see it, but the good thing is, in real life too, they would have given you coordinates. So, let's start scanning the area for any unwanted guests.
Charlie's 5, Junker 40, 10 miles out.
So that's how you put the Latin long in there. Let's go to narrow. Pull that speed back a little bit. And we're 28 miles out of there.
I see movement at a village 3 miles north of the crash site. Looks like 2 vehicles.
Okay, north of the crash site.
Yeah. 1 truck and 1 technical heading south on the road towards the crash site.
Let's see if we can find these vehicles. They said north from the crash site. Let's get back to the crash site. I think we lost the crash site. Whoa. I don't know how we came off of autopilot. That was crazy, man. I was too focused, busy down in the cockpit. Good thing I looked up. Okay, there's the crash site again. Let's get our autopilot back on. Okay, autopilot's back on. I said north of the crash site. Oops. So north of the crash site would be to the right. Alright. Check EO time. Okay, let's clear that out. EO's good. Alright. Where are these vehicles? Let's change the aspect or the contrast here. Yeah, that's no better. I think we're better off here. See if we can see anything here. So this looks like it's a road here. Okay, here's the road. Let's follow that. That turns off. Kind of goes up a mountain. Okay guys, so what we're probably going to have to do, we're trying to do a scan. They said 3 miles north. We couldn't find it. So let's go back to the crash site here. Zoom out. Let's go directly to the crash site. Okay, let's go look, and the Mavericks over there trying to lock them up. Okay, so let's get to the crash site and look for these vehicles. Alright, autopilot is off. We got 8 miles to the crash site. Let's drop some altitude here. Man, no wonder we wouldn't have seen any of the smoke. We are getting close to the area, and I don't see anything. I see a road. See if we can find these vehicles. This is turning north. Got our speed brakes out. See, there's that road. There's a road north. $7,000 pounds of fuel. Now look, we're north at about 5 miles out. Okay, whew, that scared me. It's a F-18, or that's a F-16 friendly. Let's get a visual. Where are these vehicles? Okay, here's the crash site. Here's another road over here. I see a car. There's another car there. Okay, here's the crash site down here. There's no way we would have saw this smoke. No wonder we had to use our information. So there's the coordinates that we put the crash site. Now we need to look for these vehicles, man. And it looks like the sun is going down. So is our fuel. We still got about 3,000 to go. Okay, there's the crash site. Now let's get to the crash site and head north. They said it was north. Okay, there's the crash site. Let's turn north. Okay, here's another road. So this is north facing here. I see a car down there, but he's leaving, he's heading away. There's 2 cars there. 3, those look like civilians. And the road gets very windy there. Kind of where I wish I had a helicopter.
Stopped. Wait. Yep, looks like they got a message. They are turning around.
Okay, cool.
Chalice 5, Chevy 2, unknown vehicles turned around. They appear to be moving away from the crash site.
Okay, so that might have been those vehicles moving
Chevy 2.
away.
Copy.
Let's wait for our next orders. While we still got fuel.
Chalice 5, Junker 40. We see green smoke. About 7 miles to our 1 boat log.
Chevy 2, provide air cover for Junker 40.
Chevy 2, affirm.
Okay, so let's mark that area. There we go.
Number 6, Chalice 5, fly heading to 10, 25 miles. Log 2426.
Hammer 6, copy. Eyes on the vehicles. Chalice 5, Chevy 2, we have 2 unknown vehicles approaching the crash site from the north. How copy?
Copy. Stand by.
I just got rid of that message because now we got this green smoke over here.
Chevy 2, Chalice 5, suggest show off force over those vehicles.
Chevy 2, affirm. Okay, 2. Fly high cover, while I drop down for show of force.
2 supporting.
Okay, we're not really doing that. That was just to get rid of that message. Fly low and fast, or make sure under 1,200 feet when you're past them, okay? Okay, there's where we're going to be providing coverage there. In fact, the sun's gonna be going down here soon, y'all. Gonna be time to RTB on this bad boy. Drew Stone's in the house. What's up with you, big dog?
Junker 40, closing in on green smoke. I think I see the pilot. He seems okay.
Okay, right in front of us is where the smoke is. We're gonna just fly low and fast over this road. At less than 1,200 feet, they said. There's the road there. That's where we marked the green smoke, just to be on the safe side. Okay, here's that road. They said they want us pretty low for a show of force.
Altitude, altitude.
All right.
Altitude, altitude.
Pilot on board. No serious injuries. Junker 40 is off to the south.
Copy.
So this is what close air support looks like, guys. It's taking tasking after tasking. So we pretty much did a low pass. That's about as good as
Chevy
one.
2, Chalice 5. You are relieved by Hammer 6. Continue flight plan.
Altitude, altitude.
Chevy 2, copy. We are RTB at this time.
Okay, that's it, guys. Return to your original flight plan and RTB. Okay. Well, I guess, guys, we only had to destroy one thing, and we patrolled, and now it says RTB. Well, and the good thing is it's time to RTB because fuel's looking good. All right, so now
State 5.8.
in order to RTB, but we have to go back to our original flight plan. So we need this because we gotta stay in the airspace. If you remember the briefing, very sensitive situation. So let's get back on course. Alright, let's change this distance out. So we essentially just need to get back on the flight path mine just to make sure that we're not breaking any airspace rules is basically what we're doing. Let's put our TGP to standby and come back to CDU. So guys, we only were authorized to drop one munition, which we did on that house, and basically blew him to smithereens. Then we had to find this crash site, which we did. There was no way we were gonna. They told us to fly Angels 20, which is 20,000 feet to look for, and that's unrealistic. So I'm not complaining at all. I didn't make this mission, and I'm enjoying it. So it caused me to put in grid coordinates, which I haven't done. We put in Latin longitude. It made that work. So it's, you know, it's a realistic thing that we're doing here. Not as exciting as I usually like it. I usually like to have lots of stuff to blow up, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. We're doing good on fuel, and I'm also expecting unexpected. As you can see, we still have our radar jammer jamming, which gives us more of a footprint in the sky, but at the same time, if a missile shot, it'll also help me to defeat that missile easily. So we're gonna push up the speed now. So there you can see we are flying directly to waypoint 7. Zato flies, what's up? Passenger planes, roar, A-10 go. What's up, Zatos, man? Hope you're doing well. We're gonna come this heading for a little bit, because I want to get back on the actual flight plan as instructed. All right, y'all. Kind of a boring mission, but it's real life. Let's make sure we have all of our lights turned on in here, because it's about to get really real. It's like we're going to be doing a night landing of some sort. Right. Once we get a little closer to this line, we'll turn back in. You can see this is starting to get a little hazy, so we're going to take this and turn this down. Now it's clear because it was too bright. These screens may do it next. This screen is already doing it, so let's turn this down a little bit. There we go. So it's not so drastic. And I'm going to keep this on because we're still in hot territory here. Let's see. Let me see how I turn this helmet. See if there's a way to adjust my brightness for my HCMS. Oh, let's look up here. I think it's up here in the front. Weapon station lights. Boom, boom, boom. I wonder if there's a... I know there's a way to turn my brightness down in this helmet. Because look, it's starting to get too bright as well. So here's where we turn it on. Flood console. If it gets too bad, we'll just turn it off. We can just turn it off now. So we're going to turn our helmet mounted display off. There, now you don't see it. Alright, so working it into that line, then we'll go ahead and make our left, be right on course. Fuel state is 66. So this is something I haven't done in a long time, guys. Again, is put that latitude and longitude in there and make that waypoint. We just have to remember, once you make that waypoint, you find it down here with your CDU. You got to go from your flight plan to your mission. So you have flight plan, mark points, and mission points. Mark points would have been if we would have made those mark points using TMS up to lock and then TMS short right to make those points. And then this is the things on the page. Right now we have, you could put your steer point, waypoint information on there, which that's all waypoints are position on this knob, this dial here, and then on the steer point dial, it's going to let you know what type of steer point that you're putting in there, and then you can cycle up and down in your steer points here as well. Okay, we're almost getting ready to turn on the course here. So right now we need to go basically to a heading of 333. And if we want to even define that even more, we can come down to the 5 mile line and get right on it. And you can see there's the wingman just off our right, 9,000 with us right there. I'm paranoid though, I'm running that jammer the whole time. You can see it's operational. We have 240 flares. We're supposed to have 240 shaft, but I think my finger hit the shaft button. That's the thing about having all your buttons on the HOTAS, man. Alright. So, we're almost to our flight plan. We'll start making our left here shortly. We're going to get on a heading of 336. You can see that's the heading right there. Okay, come off autopilot. Let's make our turn. Basically want to get right on the line. Wow, perfectly defined flight plan. And we want to elevate, you know, maybe ascend a little bit. I see those mountains up there. And fly it here for a second. Okay, that P is just Patriot missile system. That's friendly. 6,000 pounds of fuel. Probably go up to about 12. Alright, autopilot's back on. That should be good to clear these mountains as well. Another way we could check that out is we could come here. And this is like your regular VFR chart as well, so it gives you altitudes. So we'll try to keep it in here. Okay, that's the F-16, that's friendly. Got about another 22 miles to go to waypoint 7. Waypoint 8 will be approach. Okay, and you can see there's the Turkey border. Turkey to Syria, so we're getting ready to be back in Turkish airspace. You can see we're just crossing over that border now. Here's Syria, here's Turkey. And let's see, this is even kind of bright. Let's see how it looks dim. There we go. Let's dim this guy down 1, 2. There we go. Start getting ready for nighttime ops. James Johnson says, ¿Qué onda, papá? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo fue tu semana, papá? ¿Estás listo para el fin de semana? Okay. Alright, so now we are officially in Turkish airspace. Heading here to our waypoint 7, directly on the prescribed flight plan to keep ourselves out of trouble. So we're no longer operating in Syria, but we're still going to keep our radar jam on. And that sun is... Look at that sunset, or look at that cloud caused by the sunset. That's pretty dope. I am running reshade right now. Alright, so this is even getting a little blurry, so let's step this down a little bit now. There we go. Make it a lot clearer. And we get up on this, we can see this pretty good too. Todo bien conmigo, papá. Qué chévere, qué chévere. Ojalá que todo va a seguir bien para ti. Let's get another flyby, man. All right, fuel, 5,900 pounds. Man, that's why I love this thing, man. You can pretty much fly with this thing throttles wide open. And we're good to clear all the terrain. Okay, we're getting ready to make our turn here. My aircraft took it off autopilot. It's flying directly to the waypoint here. So it'll activate our waypoint 8. Okay, and waypoint 7 was the fence out waypoint, so now we can pretty much go weapon safe here in a second. Let's come a little bit further over so we can actually fly on course. And while we're doing that, okay, we're going to take the radar back to standby. So we just turned our jammer off. Now it's back to standby. And we can go gun pack off, master arm off.
2, fence out.
We just gave 2 the fence out command.
2, copy.
Chalice 5, Chevy 2, checking out.
And we just checked out.
Chevy 2, copy.
Well, guys, I mean, you know, I did make this mission. It was something to fly for you guys, new content. I had little voiceovers and stuff in here, so it's pretty cool. Realistic, close air support mission. I mean, it's not full combat, so. Because you guys know me, I definitely love blowing stuff up. Okay, autopilot back on. You can see now we are master arm safe. So we can unselect these. Weapons are off. Weapons are safe. And we can go turn our EO timer off. EO's off. Back to our stats page. Back to our TADs. Next waypoint is in 48 miles, and that is the approach. Let's see, from 7, fence out. Waypoint 8, elevation 4,000. I'm curious why I'm not getting any range here, but I'm getting it here. Usually it gives it to you here, so. Let's try steer point. Let's try, yeah. That's in there. Okay, so when we get to 8, we need to be at 4,000 feet. That'll be our approach. Fuel burn is looking good. James Johnson says he loves the A-10, but for him, the F-16 is the best. That's what's up, man. Qué chévere, me gusta el F-16 también. Tengo que hacer más entrenamiento más horas en el F-16 para volarlo más bien. Ya tú sabes. Alright guys, so we are on our way back. We have 36 miles to our approach waypoint. I'm surprised they got us flying at the time of day that they did. It's pretty cool. And then there's 9, final approach. So 9 is the base for sure. And you can clearly see by that, that should line us up with runway 5. Because if we make that turn, runway 5 is about right here. And there that is. So, there is, once we get a little closer to here, we'll call inbound. Now, if we wanted to get the ILS here, we're going to hit function 2. And we're going to be diverting. This is where we're diverting right here. So see how it just got rid of our flight plan? It still shows 8, and then it shows the base there, which is cool. But the reason why we want that, we want to put in the ILS information. So it's runway 5. So runway 5, course heading, you can just assume it's about 50. For runway 5, and the ILS is 1093. Okay, let me do something here, get a better view of this thing. Oops. Power on. (1093). Okay, 1093. And let's make sure it's on. Stupid track IR, gotta do some tricks to it. Okay. Okay, power on, 1093. Then we can come here and do ILS. So now the ILS is on. As we get closer to where the ILS picks up, this will start moving. And you can see all these gauges are bright. Let's turn some of those down. And what's the elevation? 157. So let's I want to put it on heading mode, or not heading mode, but square up the heading right now. 300. Let's take it off autopilot. Start our descent. And look guys, you can see the ILS is actually, we are picking it up. That's why it started flashing. It's letting us know that the ILS is most certainly active now. Okay, it's just saying fuel low. Okay guys, we are making our descent. Let's go ahead and get our landing lights on. Can't quite see the field here from there. And we're still 24 nautical miles out from the field, so that's copacetic. Almost to our waypoint 8. See the ILS distance matches up as well. So once we get a little closer, that ILS will start coming in. We'll just keep a nice soft little turn here.
Chevy 2-1, inbound. Chevy 2-1, flying heading to 050, port 10, QSD 29.74, runway 05, comparative altitude.
Okay, 2974. See if we can tell our wingman to land. I don't think we can. Okay, F10, tell your... Got you. Wingman RTB. Okay, I don't know what the wingman's doing. But messing with that, we blew past the ILS. There's the ILS coming back in. Okay, y'all, as it's coming in, we go ahead and make our move. Line ourselves up on it. Nice and smooth like. $12 miles out on the ILS. Good visual of the runway. Now you guys see how the course bearing indicator came into play as we got closer. 11 miles to go. And guys, who knew we were doing a night landing? I've never completed this mission whatsoever. I loaded it up, made sure it worked, and that was it. So you guys literally struggle with me here. Okay, at about 5 out, we'll drop gear. Let's bleed some more speed here. Así como si te gusta. Nunca, nunca, papá.
Chevy 2-1, request landing.
Gears coming down. Flaps coming down. Still going a little bit too fast. Let's go another stage of flaps there since we're a little heavy. Foot on the rudder pedals. Deploy a little brakes.
Altitude.
Meters per second. Runway 05.
Perfect butter touchdown, if you ask me. That was a very nice touchdown. Alright, brakes are deployed. That was probably the smoothest touchdown I've ever had in A-10. Brakes are deployed. That was pretty smooth. Alright, steering is engaged. We're going to make taxiway Delta here.
Chevy 2-1, taxi to parking area.
You see, it's kind of hard to see here. Okay. Okay, Flaps are coming up. See if the old wingman, I don't see the wingman at all. Alright, let's go to taxi lights. Significantly dimmer, and welcome back, guys. Need to get this APU started. Let's get the flashlight going on here. Yeah, I think it's a glitch with that part. I'm trying to tell my wingman to come back in. I guess they're just gonna fly until they run out of fuel. Okay, APU is up and running. APU generators connected. Blackhawk over there. Alright, we got one engine shut down. We'll be shutting down the second now once we line up here. Okay, next engine is coming off. And landing light off, or taxi light off. And guys, we made it. Let's get all of our systems turned off here. Okay, Iggy's turned off. And let's get the kick you off. Stabilators are off. And bada bing, bada boom. Let's get steering wheel turned off there. And yeah, guys, we definitely made it in. Oh, sheezy. Now we can turn that APU off. Let's get that flashlight going here. The inverter off and battery off. And guys, we truly made it in. Back on another one here. I'm so curious to see where our wing person's at. Look at this fool still flying around. This is the tanker that just came back. It's that Black Hawk. And here we are. Yeah, guys, so interesting mission. Interesting enough anyway. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Something different. Before I sign off, let me finish this. War Thunder es un juego de guerra. WW World War II, pero la progresa hasta día que hoy. Pero es un MMO que tiene mucha gente de todo el mundo jugando. Got you, man. Sí, es que tengo el otro juego que todavía tengo que jugar es el Microsoft Flight Simulator. So tengo mucho, pero sí, voy a investigarlo, papá, a ver si me gusta. Si me gusta, entonces voy a ponerlo en la lista que voy a hacer para hacer streams para ustedes. But guys, listen, big up to each and every one of you. It was a little bit of a mundane, boring mission, but I just wanted to take a user file and fly it. Didn't take me so much time to make this mission. Appreciate you guys riding along, and I definitely hope to see you guys on the next stream for sure. Maybe the next one I'll do is another DCS since I have my stuff set up. I got a helicopter mission I want to run for you guys as well. So we'll do DCS, then we'll probably jump back and X-Plane 12 for 2 streams later. So until then, man, thanks for riding along. Thanks for sitting with me to struggle to figure out to put those coordinates in and find that smoke. But we did. We found the mission. We got back. Wasn't as exciting as it usually is, but it's realistic. It's real world. So that's what we aim to do here on the channel. But anyway, guys, until then, have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me on your Friday evening / Friday morning, and we'll see you next time. Treat each other kind, and I'm your boy. I am gone.